Sony can steal things from Xbox. They can do little exclusive deals. They can steal Spider-Man away. That's not even their IP. They never even created Spider-Man. You know, and they're gonna have little fanboys, little toxic little fanboys and Sony ponies defending them. Every little thing. They can do price hikes, $70 price tags on every game, and we're supposed to ignore that because of they're bringing a quality premium experience. So we're supposed to ignore this stuff like oh you know, we're bringing you a quality experience. You know, don't worry about how much we're charging you. Ignore that part. Why are you bringing up that? You shouldn't be talking about that. You should just worry about the quality. So shut up and you're gonna love it. So we ain't supposed to say nothing that Jim Ryan and that lying, greedy, grimy, shady Sony up there at the front office CEOs, that all they care about is money. That's it, bro. That's all they care about. Money, 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 money. Money is the root of all evil in the wrong hands. I will tell you that right now. And Sony is the fine definition of that. They are self-destructing up there at the front office at Sony. Those Decepticons do not care about you from top to bottom, left to right. They don't care. You know, we asked them to bring us a premium experience. We got it. We asked them to bring us more value. We don't get it. Because they don't want to compete with Game Pass. They don't want to bring you value because I can't lock you behind this plastic box and that $70 price tag. And now we're going to upcharge our PS5s. We're going to charge an extra $50 to $100. It's not just going to be $50 price hike, bro. You're going to have to pay plus tax. So it's going to be about an extra $70 to $80. You go to Best Buy and you thinking you're just gonna walk out of there with, you know, $550, $600. Nah. It don't work like that. Especially not over here in the States. You know, it does not work like that. So you can sit here and these little fanboys can sit here and try to defend everything Jim Ryan does over there at Sony. And he's gonna keep lying to them and feeding them lies and keep gassing them up, thinking they're getting the best premium experience in the world. Yes, it is a premium console, but you are going to pay a premium price for it. And I know I have to keep reminding people because we have so many gamers right now are flooding and trying to figure out which one to go with. The holidays are coming up. Which one to go with? Which one do you think would be better for you and your family or your kids or whatever you want to do with it? Maybe you want to become a Twitch streamer or a YouTube streamer or whatever, a content creator. Which one would be better for you? I'm gonna tell you right now where the best value is, and that's Xbox Game Pass. Hands down, bro. Hands down. Get you an Xbox if you want value, and you're gonna have just tons of games just for one price, from like $10 to $15 a month. Now you can come over here to the blue team over here at Sony and pay top dollar for that premium price tag. If you're going to be screaming every so often, you're going to be screaming, okay, The Last of Us just dropped. That's a AAA banger. That's under their belt. Then they got God of War dropping right behind that premium price tag. But it's a catch. You have to pay $70 each game because they're not doing day ones in their PlayStation Plus subscription service that we've asked for. We've been asking for that since they announced it back in the middle of the year. Since they announced it, they gave us what, Stray and left it at that, and maybe a couple more games, but they're not doing day ones because they want to stick to their old habits back in the 90s and early 2000s. Like, that's what they want to do. That's the old way of thinking, Sony. You can't, Oh my goodness, it's like talking to a brick wall sometimes, bro. Like they just, I might as well just stand and look at the wall and just talk to the wall, because obviously Sony don't get it. They don't get it. Value is key. You have a gold mine in PS5, bro. You don't want to bring it value. It's going to die off. It's going to be extinct by PlayStation 6. You're going to fall too far behind. You have so many Embracer groups. You have Take-Two. You have Game Pass out there now. You got Amazon out there. You got Google. You got Apple. All of these $1 trillion companies are coming up in the gaming industry. You say, I'm not going to compete because I'm Sony. I'm cocky and arrogant, and I got my bag up. We have our diehard fans, but guess what? Everybody has a day where they get sick and tired. Every gamer has a day where they can just look in the mirror and just say, you know what, I'm tired of the bull crap. They're not bringing us value. They're not doing what we're asking. They're just not giving me that spark that I've been waiting for on PS5. Sony's not bringing that spark. You know, you could just sit back and just wait on that flame to just ignite. But it's not igniting, it's dying down. All the hype is even dying down. And everybody's starting to jump ship. Look at Japan. Xbox is outselling PS5s over there in Japan. Xbox is outselling PS5s over here in the US. Xbox has better value than PS5. Now, is PS5, do PS5 have a premium experience? Yes. Quality, yes. They check both of those boxes. Yes and yes. Are they overpriced? Yes. Do they care about you? No. Sony does not care about their own fan base due to their actions. And always remember this. Actions always speak louder than words. They said they're not even going to attempt to compete with Call of Duty, Activision, Blizzard deal. Not going to even attempt. That was one checked off the list. That's X'd out. They're not even going to attempt to compete with Game Pass. That's X'd out as well. Where is the value? It's dying down. It's only in AAA bangers. We are in a new generation. We're going to need more value on PS5. I'm sorry. We have way too much competition out here for the leaders at Sony to set this bad example for gamers, content creators, studios, gaming developers. You don't even want to make another Days Gone. Like, really, bro? Come on, this is sad. But you want to make a TV show, right? A movie. You want to, like, what are you saying to us right now? We're supposed to get hyped about movies and shows, but that's not what we're doing here. We're over here on the gaming side, on the gaming community. What are you talking about, Jim Ryan? Like, you are trying to distract us from Xbox Game Pass. Do you guys notice? They do everything in their power to distract us from what's really going on out here in these gaming streets. Those Decepticons at Sony do not care about you. And I already know you guys see it. I have to stress it so much because some people, they're just not jumping into the console wars. They're just not getting into the wave of how everything is going to flow. And they're trying to catch up to speed. So you got to fill them in on what's going on. Sony is being more greedier, more grimier each and every month, each and every week, each and every year. They're finding new ways to milk their own fan base. I never seen it. This is the worst management in history I ever seen in my life. Finding new ways to con your own fan base out of money. Like, oh my goodness. They don't even want to do backwards compatible for the VR. They refuse to do that. How long did it take us to even get backwards compatible on PS5? Then they charge you to do an upgrade if you have a PS5. If you have a PS4, let's say you bought Spider-Man, right? The game that Sony stole away from Xbox gaming community. that game, Spider-Man. So if you buy Spider-Man on PS4 and you decide to upgrade to PS5, you have to pay another upgrading fee for the game, another $10, $15 to upgrade to the PS5 version. Why would I need to pay that? Like, they are not cutting no corners. They are not giving you nothing for free. You are going to pay top dollar for that premium experience, so-called quality. And they want us to be happy. Like I said before, if you don't stand for something, you don't stand for nothing. So I have to give Jim Ryan pushback. I have to give Sony pushback because I don't like to see the gaming community get done wrong. I don't like to see people that don't know how to express themselves and tell Sony what they want because they don't know how to reach them or get their attention. You know, because it's not fair. It's like, okay, you're gonna sit here and you're gonna brag and boast about all these quality games, but you don't want to even give us a little bit of value. All we ask for, even if you bring third-party day ones into the PlayStation Premium, I would even accept that, bro. If you just flood it with games, I'm talking about like Game Pass flooding, AAA day ones flooding it, because it's still gonna. They're saying they're gonna lose money, but there's no way you're losing money if you have millions and millions of subscribers rolling in every day, thousands and thousands of people signing up for PlayStation Plus Premium. If you're bringing value, but you have to start somewhere. You have to start somewhere. And to me, at this point, if you're the market leader, you should be able to take a little loss on a couple games a year. At least two AAA bangers a year. You should be able to take that out of the whole entire year. You can't give us two AAA bangers in there every 6 months. Two? You refuse to even do that? Not even 3 or 4, just 2. Day ones. I'm sorry. I don't agree with they can't do that. Not the market leaders, not the cocky, arrogant Sony, not Jim Ryan. I'm just saying, bro. Maybe that's just me, but I don't believe them when they say they can't do it. But I'm gonna leave it right there, man. And we're gonna touch on another topic. You know, I just wanted to touch on that subject because I just like to keep people filled in on what's going on in the whole entire console war, gaming war, and the tick for tack, and all of the fanboys over here talking crap. And now that Xbox have Uncle Phil and the boys backing them up, they can't really say anything because they already know what's going down 2023. Like, yeah, love it up. You got God of War, you know, got Last of Us. Those are dope games. I'm a huge fan of those games. Hell, even Uncle Phil is a huge, you know, God of War fan. And he's an Xbot. So it's not about, you know, want to see somebody fail, bro. It's not about that. It's about competition. So if competition they want, it's competition they're going to get. I'm just going to be real with you guys. From what I have been seeing, the kitchen is too hot for Jim Ryan. And what do they always say, man? If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, bro. Just get out of the kitchen. Right now, Sony, Jim Ryan, they see what Xbox is doing. They see what Uncle Phil plan is now. Going to subscription service cloud gaming, xCloud. They don't want to compete with that. They see all of the AAA bangers coming in 2023. Line them up, bro. I'm talking about Starfield, Redfall, maybe even Hellblade, Stalker 2. I don't know all of the dates that they're going to be released. Forza Motorsports. The list goes on and on and on. I'm talking about third-party games, indie games, Japanese games on the way. This is crazy. Uncle Phil went over there, pulled up in Sony hood, and made deals, shook hands with these studios and all of these gaming creators and say, hey man, we want to put Japanese games on Microsoft Xbox Game Pass and make some of them day one. They are even working on Japanese games in the Japanese market. It is 1.6 billion gamers over there. Xbox is outselling PS5 right now over there and in the US. and maybe even some other places. But the biggest two I can think of right now, Japan and the US. And Jim Ryan don't like it. Jim Ryan don't like it. Wait, I gotta get his whole, he has a long name, don't he? It's Crying Lion Jim Ryan don't like it. There we go. That is the biggest hater of the century. How do you hate on your own fan base by doing price hikes? How do you basically force people into a plastic box and not give us what we want on PlayStation Plus premium service? And you know one thing, I know they are finally hearing us because they responded. They respond. So I know that they are looking at content creators. I know they are on YouTube. I know they're here, the bloggers, the vloggers out there in the media on Twitter. I know they are watching, bro, because they have responded to the fan base. They want them to compete with Game Pass, and they told us no. We're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. You see, I have to go over these things so people don't forget them. Because come 2023, you maybe want to be on Xbox side, man, on the green team with Uncle Phil, man, because they are making all of the right moves right now. They are hitting all of the right targets. They are singing a beautiful song over there at Xbox right now. Meanwhile, Sony over there beating, cheating, lying, stealing, greedy, grimy, low down, shady Sony over there plotting, trying to figure out how can they rip their own fan base off in different countries, doing price hikes, making us look like the bad guy over here in US, because everybody's like, well, okay, if you're going to jack the price up on us, then what is going on? Why are you just going to jack the price up on everybody else and not US? It's like, now it's like a shady deal going on with that, you know. So now that's making us look crazy, and I'm wondering what's going on too. I'm like, okay, I don't think, you know, that was right. I think first of all, it shouldn't have never been a price hike. Second of all, you're going to make the PlayStation cheaper, then you're going to mark the price up. Third of all, you got $70 games that you already said the developers need more money. Okay, so you're upcharging, saying the developers need more money because it's harder. It takes more technology. It's harder to make them. It takes more staff and creators to create these new games for the next gen experience. Well, let me rephrase that. Premium experience. But you're going to pay a premium price if you get a PlayStation. Sony knows this, so they want to lock you down to a plastic box so you don't have anywhere other choice. They're gonna milk their AAA banger games to the well runs dry. They're gonna bring out God of War. They're probably gonna start remaking and remastering God of War now, because it's gonna be a long while before they get any more AAA bangers out. So pretty much, I think they have like a Dead Space or something like that. Then we're hearing about Silent Hill. Okay, is that going to be an exclusive game, or is it going to be multi-plat? Because when I hear about games now, it's hard for me to really get excited, because I don't know if they're going to do another shady exclusive deal that they've been doing for how many years now? How many years since the beginning of time, since they first came out with PlayStation? Sony's been doing these little greedy, grimy little deals since day one. So it's like hard for me to get excited about a new AAA banger that's on the rise, that's about to drop, and talking about they're gonna bring out 1, 2, and 3 and all this other crazy stuff going on behind the Silent Hill. That game have been talked up for so long, and I think they finally pulled the trigger to just go ahead and do it because it's in such high demand. So I'm starting to think right now, this is what they have to keep doing in order to keep bringing those AAA bangers back. Those legendary AAA bangers like a Silent Hill. You have to complain. You want to remaster Metal Gear Solid. They want to remake Metal Gear Solid. Kind of like what they're doing Final Fantasy. But pretty much it's going to be exclusive. Because you never know with Square Enix or Konami or whoever else. You never know. That may be an exclusive deal. So you can't, like I said again, it's hard to get hype about certain games because we don't know if they're going to come to Xbox Game Pass or PC or Nintendo. And that is horrible for the gaming developers because you kind of got to think. That's why so many studios go under, because Sony like basically manipulates them and brainwash them and trick them into these little 360 deals, kind of like a music deal. It's like a little 360 deal. Like, yeah, you make them see the shiny diamond, they're going to take it. So if they're offering them however many millions of dollars, they're offering them to make it exclusive. But then when it's time to come out with another AAA banger, they can't make it because now they don't have enough to pay the staff to make it. They don't have the creators. Now it's all of these excuses of why they can't bring a classic legendary game back out. All because of Sony want to do these little sick little exclusive deals and slap their own fans in the face by doing price hikes and locking them behind a $70 price tag that half of the games aren't even worth. They even said it, even Sony fan base, even the Sony, some of the Sony ponies and fanboys even said they didn't feel like Last of Us should have been $70. Now, true, the game was, look, the cutscenes, A1. I give it a 10 out of 10, the cutscenes. But the actual gameplay, maybe like in between the 7 and the 8. Because to me, I felt like they spent more time on the cutscenes than the actual character in the gameplay, actual gameplay. But the cutscenes like a movie, 10 out of 10 all day long. And I'm not trying to knock the game or talk about the game. That's just how I seen it. I didn't see it any really too big of a change. It made me think of a remaster more than a remake, you know? And just because it have a PS5 logo on it and a PC, because we know those are the most two powerful things that it can run on, maybe the frame rate may change a lot of people's minds. Say, oh wow, man, 60 FPS or a PC with 120. You know, if they give it an upgrade on PC when it comes to PC, of course it's going to look great. But I just didn't see it in the actual gameplay. But the cutscenes look like a movie. Hands down, 10 out of 10 with the cutscenes, the beautiful landscape in the cutscenes. Even the TV show, big shout out to The Last of Us and the TV show. Big moves over there, man, at Naughty Dog. I just don't think Sony is hearing us right now. I don't think they are seeing where we actually are coming from, what we're trying to get through to them, because they don't listen to their fan base. And that is a bad thing to do. That's a old school mentality way of thinking since the 90s and the 80s and 90s, because they were already planning to come out with a competitor against Sega and Nintendo way back in the day. So Sony, they already kind of know what they wanted to do. You know, they had to make all these deals happen, but they have a real old school way of thinking, and if they're going to get left behind because everything is going to cloud gaming, online subscription services now, and they're refusing to listen to the fan base. And they heard us because they answered back. They want to do a traditional release way, the same way they've been doing it since PS4 and PS3 days. They don't want to do it the way we want to do it. And if you listen to some of these content creators and all the blogs and vlogs, bro, they know what they're doing. They are highly intelligent, bro. They are telling Jim Ryan how to run PlayStation, the brand. Like I said before, I don't have a problem with PlayStation. I just don't like the way Sony runs their company because it doesn't bring value to the consumers and the gamers. It's taking away more than it's helping. It's you have to spend so much money just to enjoy one game. By the time you're going to get tired of playing that one game. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's not giving us enough. It's like you eat some food and you're not full. And you're like, man, I need to buy me another hamburger or something. You know, and that's the only point that I was trying to make, bro. That is the only point that I'm trying to make. It's not enough. They're not feeding us enough. It's like we're still hungry for more on PlayStation. Sony don't care though, because they have this greedy, grimy mentality where they are willing to kick down their own fan base and dog their own fan base out, steal from their own fan base $5s of billions of dollars from millions, tens of millions of people, and then try to cover it up and make it seem like, oh, we didn't try to up the microtransaction and the DLC packs on the PlayStation market, stealing their movies away on PlayStation Store. You know, like these are super anti-consumer things that Sony have been doing for years, and it was just about time somebody just step in and say, hey, enough is enough. We have to stand up for the gaming community as the content creators and developers, you know, in the news and the medias and Twitter and stuff, these big, huge platforms, because if we don't have a voice for the gamers, they don't really know how to explain how to, like, hey man, look, Sony is doing us all type of wrong. But now that I know that they're listening to the gaming community, because they answer back. Not Jim Ryan. It was another Sony CEO. And they know that they've been doing us wrong, bro. They know that they have been doing us wrong with the whole entire PlayStation Plus premium thing. You brought it out to hype us up. They gave us that little bit of taste when they did the little day one Stray game, so everybody got used to. They wanted more, right? You guys wanted more, right? You was like, okay, I can get used to this. I'm feeling this right now. Okay, now they're about to start competing with Game Pass. Okay, and then this happened. He brings out an article and like, oh no, we were just, you know, playing with your emotions over here. I say, Sony, are you serious right now? How are you gonna hype us up about a service that you pull back on and you say, no, we're not going to honor that. We're not going to bring value to our PlayStation Plus premium. If you're not going to do it to PlayStation Plus, the base PlayStation, but PlayStation Plus premium should definitely consider competing with Microsoft Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. That is a different, you know, of course it may be a little more, but you're bringing value to your fan base. You know, even the fanboys, even though they act like a bunch of idiots, you can't talk to them. So I don't even bother with arguing with the fanboys. You know, and it's just sad that it's coming to two big juggernaut companies fighting back and forth, you know, like they're in a boxing ring. But it's highly entertaining. Don't get me wrong, I'm loving every minute of it, because this is the first time we ever seen these three juggernauts go at it like this, you know, with Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, mainly Sony and Xbox, because Sony is the issue. Sony is the problem. They're the stubborn ones. They're the ones that don't care about you. They're the ones that's greedy and grimy and trying to get over on their own fan base every little chance they get, bro. It's like every step we want PlayStation to make when they come out, like Naughty Dog just dropped the AAA banger in Last of Us. But then they moved back, but it was like, oh man, I don't even think they have multiplayer on there or something. So they're taking away things but charging top dollar. Like, wait a minute, time out. What's going on here, Sony? What are you doing? What are you doing? How are we gonna get turned up? How is it gonna be a lit game? And you're taking stuff away, but you're trying to justify because, oh, it's a premium quality game. It's built to be a basically an adventure, you know, single player experience, role playing type game, story driven game. That's what we're supposed to focus on. We're supposed to ignore the price. We are supposed to ignore the price tag and just focus on a premium quality game, slapping fans in the face left and right, just damaging the entire PlayStation brand, self-destructing, destroying it single-handedly. And I'm going to leave it right there, guys. And if you would want to jump into the PlayStation ecosystem or the Microsoft Xbox Game Pass ecosystem, make sure you guys smash that link down below in the description. And don't forget to smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you guys can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news off in these gaming streets. Thank you. Peace.